Chosen one. This is not a coincidence. Heaven scheduled this moment for you. You were led here by divine appointment, not by chance or curiosity. The Spirit of God has drawn you to this message because you are standing on the threshold of a supernatural elevation, what the world will call sudden but heaven calls appointed. You have endured the pit, the betrayal, the silence, and the seasons that made no sense. But now the same God who lifted Joseph from the dungeon to the palace is about to lift you. This is not motivation, it is manifestation in motion. You are being positioned for a divine wealth transfer, for a financial and spiritual promotion that no human hand can block. The struggle was your setup. The rejection was your redirection. The silence was your protection. And now, says the Lord, I am bringing you into your appointed place. Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 3 declares that the vision is for an appointed time. Though it tarry, wait for it, it will surely come. Chosen one. Your surely moment is here. Heaven's timing has collided with your obedience. Breathe it in. Receive it now. The palace is calling your name. Chosen one, listen closely, because this is not just another message. It is a divine revelation meant to awaken something ancient and powerful inside you. You didn't stumble upon this word by curiosity or coincidence. Heaven arranged it. The Spirit of God has been watching you, the tears, the confusion, the endurance, and heaven has come to confirm that everything you walked through was not punishment, it was preparation. The pit was never your grave, it was your classroom. That season of loss, loneliness, and silence wasn't a detour, it was a divine design. Just like Joseph, you were positioned in a place that felt like abandonment, but was actually alignment. You weren't buried, you were planted. What felt like darkness was God giving your roots time to grow in unseen soil. Because before fruit can rise into the light, it must first be strengthened underground. Chosen one. I know what it's like to be in that pit season when every door seems to shut, when people you loved vanish, and when your prayers feel like whispers that bounce off the ceiling. I've been there too. You cry out for a miracle, but all you hear is silence. You start to wonder if heaven forgot your name. But I came to tell you, heaven didn't forget. Heaven was working behind the curtain. Every delay was instruction. Every disappointment was direction. Every tear that hit your pillow became a seed that watered your next season. There were nights you asked, why me, God? Why this pain? But now, heaven is answering back, because the promise on your life demanded pressure. You can't carry palace authority without pit humility. You can't walk in divine wealth until you've learned to depend on divine provision. God had to strip you of everything that wasn't rooted in Him: pride, fear, false security, people-pleasing, so that when He raised you, you'd stand unshakable. You thought you were delayed, but you were being developed. You thought you were forgotten, but you were being fortified. What you called rejection, God called redirection. Every person who left you, every friend who ghosted you, every promise that crumbled, none of it was wasted. Heaven used subtraction to make room for multiplication. You prayed for elevation, but elevation always demands separation. Not everyone was meant to see your next level. And I know it hurts when people you trusted change their tone, when loyalty turns to silence, when support becomes envy. But hear this, their betrayal was your release notice. Their departure made space for your divine appointment. Some people were only assigned to your wilderness, not your promised land. Let them go in peace. The same way Joseph's brothers threw him into the pit, believing they had ended his story, there were people who counted you out too. But what they didn't know was that throwing you down only positioned you for greater elevation. What they meant for harm, heaven recalibrated for good. Chosen one. God hid you in that pit season not to punish you, but to purify you. The silence refined your voice. The struggle refined your spirit. The losses refined your loyalty. And through every crushing moment, your anointing began to activate. You learned how to pray from your scars. You learned that true faith isn't loud, it's consistent. It's the kind of faith that stands tall, even when no one's watching. Now heaven says your training season is complete. The roots are deep enough. The soil has done its work. You are about to rise from that pit, not as a victim, but as a vessel. Every tear, every lonely night, every battle no one saw it all became divine currency for the palace you are about to step into. And when people see your glow, your stability, your supernatural peace, they'll think it happened overnight. But you'll know the truth. You were built in silence. You were developed in darkness. You were refined in the fire. The pit didn't break you, it built you. Chosen one, lift your head. You are about to emerge. The soil that once covered you is now breaking open because heaven is ready to reveal what it planted. You are walking out of your hidden season, carrying the fragrance of purpose and the oil of endurance. The crushing was never meant to destroy you. It was heaven's way of declaring, this one is ready. Chosen. One betrayal was the breaking that birthed your blessing. It wasn't random, it wasn't cruel. It was the holy instrument heaven used to disconnect you from what couldn't carry you into your destiny. Every knife that pierced your back became a key that unlocked your next level. Every false smile, every secret whisper, every person who left when you needed them most, they were not ending your story, they were escorting you into it. They meant it for evil, but God meant it for good. The betrayal didn't bury you, it revealed you. What they couldn't see was that you were carrying something too divine to die in their hands. God allowed it because comfort could never cut the cords that needed to be broken. Sometimes the only way God can separate you from small thinking, small circles, and small faith is by allowing you to be disappointed by the very people you depended on. Chosen one, don't mourn who left. Don't replay what they said. Their departure was divine release. You asked for elevation, but elevation always demands separation. God could not raise you while you were still tied to people who didn't believe in what He placed inside you. The ones who betrayed you were just revealing that their loyalty expired when your anointing intensified. It's not rejection, it's revelation. I remember my own moment of betrayal when the people I prayed for became the people who mocked me. It hurt deeply. I couldn't understand why God would let me be surrounded by those who pretended to care. But that pain pushed me into prayer, and that prayer pushed me into purpose. I learned that betrayal is not proof that God left you. It's proof that He's closer than ever. It's the fire He uses to separate gold from gravel, purity from pretense, divine destiny from distraction. Chosen one. Every tear you cried after they walked away became a seed in God's garden. Every heartbreak became a lesson in discernment. You learned to hear tone, not just words. You learned to recognize energy, not just appearance. You learned to value peace over proximity. You realized that true love doesn't always come with applause. Sometimes it comes with absence. So instead of asking, why did they leave? Start thanking God that they couldn't stay. They were attached to your potential, not your purpose. They could celebrate your weakness, but not your strength. And the moment you began to heal, their assignment ended. Their silence gave birth to your sound. Hear me clearly, anointed one. The people who betrayed you were not powerful enough to block your destiny. They were participants in it. God used their rejection as redirection. Their lies built the bridge to your truth. Their absence made room for God's presence. You had to lose counterfeit loyalty to find divine alignment. Now heaven is saying the pain has done its job. You no longer carry bitterness, only clarity. You no longer crave revenge, only restoration. The knife they left in your back has been melted into a crown upon your head. What once broke you, now beautifies you. What once silenced you, now strengthens you. Chosen one. The betrayal was your promotion exam, and you passed it. You didn't retaliate. You didn't curse the process. You prayed. You persevered. You purified your heart when it would have been easier to harden it. That's why you're ready for what's next. The palace is not for the proud. It's for the purified. So lift your eyes. Forgive freely. Walk forward without apology. The pit taught you endurance. The betrayal taught you discernment. And together they prepared you for divine favor that no man can take credit for. Chosen one, after the pit and betrayal, came the prison, that long, quiet season when it felt like heaven had gone silent. You prayed, you believed you did everything right, and yet nothing seemed to move. Every door stayed closed. Every opportunity seemed to slip through your hands. But what you didn't realize is that the prison was not punishment, it was protection. God wasn't ignoring you. He was insulating you. The prison season is the space between the prophecy and the palace. It's where faith grows roots. It's where pride dies. It's where your heart is tested in silence. Joseph experienced it, and so did you. In that place you learned how to serve, even when no one applauded. You learned how to stay faithful when it looked like nothing was changing. You learned how to stand tall when every reason to hope seemed gone. Chosen one. The prison taught you to worship without witnesses. It showed you that integrity is doing right when nobody is watching. It taught you to be still and know that God is God, even when your emotions screamed otherwise. You see, faith that only works in the spotlight isn't faith, it's performance. But faith that survives the silence becomes power. I've lived that silence. I've walked through days that felt endless, where I woke up feeling forgotten and went to sleep feeling invisible. But that's when heaven whispered, "I'm still here." That whisper taught me that when God seems quiet, He's working the most. The walls that confined me were building strength I would one day need to carry influence. The delay that felt unbearable was shaping discipline. Chosen one. The prison is where God teaches you stewardship before success. You are learning how to manage what's not yours yet, so that when He hands you authority, you won't abuse it. It's where you learn that waiting doesn't mean wasting. Heaven watches how you handle stillness. Do you complain or continue? Do you quit or cultivate? God saw you remain consistent even when no one clapped. Don't mistake divine silence for divine absence. He's been in every detail, protecting your name, redirecting your path, and maturing your spirit. You were being refined, not rejected. The furnace of patience has purified your intentions. The quiet season stripped away your need for validation. You no longer crave recognition because you finally learned that being remembered by God is better than being noticed by people. Chosen one, you're not behind schedule. You're being built for sustainability. Quick success fades, but prepared purpose lasts. You've learned to interpret dreams like Joseph, did not just for yourself, but for others. And because you remained faithful in confinement, heaven can now trust you with command. Your obedience in private has positioned you for public favor. Every no that disappointed you was really a not yet. And now the yet is approaching. You're emerging wiser, stronger, and spiritually wealthier than before. The prison was your final rehearsal before release. Heaven wanted sure your heart was soft enough to handle power and humble enough to carry blessing. Now the test is complete. The walls that held you are about to open like gates. The same place that felt like confinement will soon become your confirmation. Chosen one. Your faith has passed the fire. You are ready for the unveiling. Chosen one. The divine turnaround isn't coming, it's already unfolding. Heaven has issued your release order. The pain that once felt like punishment is now revealing its purpose. Every delay that exhausted you was actually divine design. You are standing at the threshold of the same kind of moment. Joseph experienced a single call, a sudden shift, a supernatural elevation that changes everything. One moment he was a prisoner, and the next he was prime minister. That's how fast God moves when preparation meets divine timing. The season that humbled you is now turning into the season that honors you. The same people who dismissed you will soon ask how you did it. The same doors that denied you will open with ease, not because you forced them, but because heaven commanded them. Chosen one. God is about to turn your private tears into public triumph. The nights you cried in silence were not wasted. They were prophetic investments. Heaven counted every one. Divine remembrance doesn't operate like human memory. It works on appointed time, and the appointed time has arrived. Someone somewhere is about to remember your name, your work, your integrity, your heart. One conversation, one divine connection will shift what years of effort couldn't move. I know what it feels like to stand on the edge of breakthrough and still fear disappointment. I remember the moment I almost gave up, thinking maybe the promise wasn't for me. But God whispered, "Stay faithful one more day." And that one day changed everything. I woke up the same person, but heaven decided it was time for me to be seen. That's how your story will turn. Quietly, suddenly, supernaturally. The tables are turning, chosen one. Where you once begged for a chance, now opportunities will chase you. Where you once felt invisible, now favor will make you undeniable. The same ones who overlooked your worth will have to acknowledge your anointing. They'll realize what heaven already knew, that you were chosen before they ever had the chance to approve you. The divine economy doesn't need human permission. You are being promoted by grace, not by credentials. What's happening to you now can't be explained by logic. It's spiritual. You won't have to manipulate outcomes or beg for seats at tables. God is building your own table, one that carries legacy, abundance, and divine authority. Dantis et staus. What humiliated you will now elevate you. What broke you will now bless you. The rejection you endured was really redirection. Every closed door protected you from premature exposure. Every no saved you from environments that couldn't hold your calling. You were not delayed, you were being refined for distinction. And when this shift manifests, remember this, it's not just about elevation, it's about mission. You're not being promoted to impress the world. You're being positioned to impact it. You'll speak, and broken hearts will heal. You'll stand, and others will rise. You'll give, and others will live. You are stepping into a realm of divine stewardship, not status. Chosen one. Heaven is saying your wait was not in vain. The divine turnaround has begun, and it carries your name. The favor is not random, it's righteous. You were faithful in obscurity, and now God is rewarding you openly. What took years to build in silence will be revealed in a single divine moment. Get ready, your overnight elevation is already in motion. Chosen one. What's coming next will not just change your life, it will confirm everything God ever whispered to your spirit. The world will see the evidence, but heaven already saw the endurance. You've walked through storms that others didn't survive. You've been pressed, pruned, and purified until your heart could carry the weight of what's about to be placed in your hands. And now God is saying, your character has qualified you for the palace. This elevation is not about fame, but about faithfulness. Heaven doesn't promote the loudest, it promotes the loyal. It doesn't choose the most gifted, it chooses the most grounded. The palace is not a prize, it's a platform, and God couldn't trust you with it until he saw that your motives had been refined in the fire. You've learned that success without surrender becomes corruption, but success with humility becomes kingdom influence. Chosen one. You are stepping into a realm where your presence shifts atmospheres. The peace you carry will silence chaos. The wisdom you've gained through pain will now speak louder than your wounds. I know it took years. I know it cost friendships time, even pieces of yourself you thought you'd never get back. But every loss was an investment. Every heartbreak was holy sandpaper shaping you into someone heaven could rely on. While others chased recognition, you chased righteousness. While they sought attention, you sought alignment. You stayed true when compromise called your name. You walked away from shortcuts because your spirit knew there's no elevator to destiny, only a staircase built through obedience. Every step you climbed in secret has prepared you for the visibility that's coming. And chosen one God saw it all. Every late-night prayer, every moment you forgave when you wanted revenge, every seed you sowed when you barely had enough to survive. That's why heaven can trust you with overflow now, because your hands stayed clean. You didn't use manipulation to rise, you used faith to endure. You see, Joseph wasn't elevated because he could dream. He was elevated because he could manage disappointment with dignity. That's what God saw in you. You didn't let bitterness consume you. You didn't let rejection redefine you. You kept believing even when belief hurt, and that posture of purity became your greatest qualification. Chosen one, don't mistake this promotion as a reward for suffering. See it as a responsibility. The palace requires maturity. The crown is not decoration, it's declaration. It announces to the world that you've been chosen to lead, to heal, to restore, to build. You've graduated from waiting for miracles to becoming one. People will encounter God's grace just by encountering you. This is divine trust. God can now place you where influence meets purpose because he knows your heart won't be corrupted by applause. You've mastered serving before leading, giving before receiving, humility before honor. The foundation has been tested and it is firm. Chosen one. Your season of hiding is over. The promotion you're stepping into is not temporary, it's transformational. Heaven is about to showcase what patience and purity can produce. You're not just entering the palace, you're carrying heaven's blueprint into it. Walk with reverence, speak with wisdom. You are the proof that God's timing is perfect and his promises are sure. Chosen one. The season of obscurity is over. What once felt like silence was divine strategy. God didn't hide you because you weren't ready. He hid you because the world wasn't. You were divine camouflage, a mystery in plain sight, protected while heaven perfected what would soon be revealed. Every invisible year was an incubation year. Every overlooked moment was a layer of divine preparation. And now the appointed time has come. Divine recognition is about to find you. You won't need to chase it. You won't need to announce yourself. You won't need to explain your worth. Heaven is already doing that on your behalf. Your name is being spoken in rooms you've never entered. Your story is being remembered by people you didn't even know were watching. You have become heaven's headline, and the world is about to take notice. Chosen one, What took years in private will manifest in a moment of favor. Just like Joseph, one divine instruction shifted his entire destiny. That same grace rests upon you now. A divine remembrance is unfolding, the kind where people suddenly recall your faithfulness, your kindness, your consistency. They'll say, "I don't know why, but I feel led to help them." That's not coincidence. That's providence. I remember a time when I felt invisible showing up, giving my all, wondering if it even mattered. And then, in an instant, a door opened that I didn't even knock on. A connection came that I didn't pursue. That's what happens when heaven decides it's time. When the divine clock strikes, no human hand can delay what's been decreed. Chosen one. Understand, this divine recognition is not vanity, it's validation. It's heaven's public confirmation that you passed the private tests. You stayed when others quit. You forgave when others cursed. You built when no one believed. You stood in truth when lies surrounded you. That's why God is now saying, "This one I can trust." You are not being elevated for applause, but for assignment. The spotlight is not for fame, it's for function. You're not being lifted to be worshipped, you're being positioned to lead. Joseph used his palace position to feed nations, not to flaunt his favor. That's your blueprint. You're being called to use your influence to preserve, to empower, to heal. Chosen one. You are stepping into a season where your voice will carry weight. Words that once fell to the ground will now shift atmospheres. Your story will become a sermon. Your scars will become credentials. People will come to you for wisdom, not because of your title, but because of your truth. They'll see the authority in your walk, the peace in your eyes, and they'll know it's not self-made, it's God-sent. You've been overlooked long enough. Heaven's light is now turning in your direction. What was hidden is being unveiled. What was quiet is being amplified. You won't have to compete. Your calling will command attention. And when it happens, stay anchored. Visibility is stewardship, not celebration. Chosen one. You've reached the point where heaven's yes overrides every earthly no. Invitations will arrive suddenly. Doors will open supernaturally. Platforms will find you unexpectedly. But this time, you'll walk through them with humility, remembering the pit that shaped you, the prison that taught you, and the promise that carried you. You are not just rising, you are being revealed. Heaven is introducing you to the world. Chosen one. This is your Joseph moment, the divine unveiling where every hidden seed begins to bloom at once. You've reached the intersection where pain meets purpose, where trials turn into thrones, and where the crushing finally reveals the crown. The years of pruning were not punishment, they were promotion in disguise. You are not just coming out of the pit, you are coming out with power. Heaven is declaring, it's your time. You're stepping into the palace season, not as the same person who cried, begged, and waited, but as the refined vessel who now carries wisdom, authority, and grace. The same hands that once trembled in weakness are now anointed for leadership. The same heart that once bled from betrayal now beats with divine compassion. What you went through didn't disqualify you. It trained you to carry the oil you now hold. Chosen one. The elevation you're stepping into is supernatural. You didn't network your way here, obedience brought you here. You didn't strive for this, surrender positioned you for it. You didn't manipulate results, you mastered patience. And because you chose the narrow path, heaven is now widening your reach. The very ground